Welcome into Tuesday, everyone. You will see that I am doing a selfie style video today for our Tuesday tips. And for those of you who know me or who have heard when I had to do these before, I hate doing selfie videos. I feel like I'm this big, huge head right in front of you. So I apologize that it will seem a little off today, but I just really hate selfie videos. Today, we want to talk about 4th of July safety. And I probably forgot to tell you that we are coming to you today live for our Tuesday Tips from Parents from Las Vegas. We are at a conference in Las Vegas. It is the Martial Arts Super Show. So we are here learning all types of new things for our martial arts kids, as well as for our summer camp kids and our after school kids, because it does include our martial arts program. So we're here learning all kinds of new things, how to make our school even better, how to make the facility, the coaches, the instructors better. So we hope to come back with all sorts of new ideas and new things for you. But today, again, we do want to talk about 4th of July safety for kids. 4th of July is for fun, and we want to make sure that all of the kids have tons of fun. But it can be a very dangerous time of year, so we need to make sure that we keep our kids really super safe during the 4th of July week. A lot of people, they do things all throughout this week. Some people probably did things last weekend. Some will do things this upcoming weekend. Some will be doing things during the week. So we just need to make sure that our kids are super safe. We don't want to lose sight of making sure that they are safe while they are having fun. One of the first things that people probably don't really think about is the younger the child is, sometimes the fireworks can be really loud for them and it scares them. Or if your child has a sensory disorder to fireworks, people may not understand sensory disorders, and they may not understand, other people may not understand how it can affect your child and what it can do to them if they are around really loud noises, if they have a sensory disorder to noise. So consider some earphones, just sort of some noise canceling earphones. They have all sorts of ones these days that they have different themes on them. They have Paw Patrol, they have Teen Titans, they have all kinds of different ones. You may be even able to get some Bluetooth ones, connect it somehow and let them listen to music while the fireworks are going off, so that they can enjoy the fireworks and not be quite as scared and it not be quite as traumatic for them. As they get a little bit older, as long as they don't have a sensory disorder to the noise, as they get older, they will become less afraid of the noise from the fireworks. But that's one thing to consider. The other is sunscreen. Sunscreen and sunscreen. A lot of times we'll put sunscreen on the kids when they first go out, and then we forget about it after that. You want to reapply sunblock actually, to kids if you can find that. Any kid about 6 months or older should be good to put sunblock on them, sunscreen on them. Make sure you reapply it every couple of hours, unless they are swimming, running around, sweating. Reapply it then about every 45 minutes. And we've all heard the commercial, a dab will do. I think it's for sour cream or something, but a dab will do. In this case, a dab will not do. You want to make sure that you very liberally apply the sunscreen. It's better to put too much than too little in the case of sunscreen. So please just make sure that you keep sunscreen on yourself, on your spouse, chase them down, make them put them on, and especially keep it on the kids, because kids are going to forget to put it on themselves. So please, and again, a dab won't do when it comes to sunscreen. Make sure you put on lots and lots. This is an idea, the next one, about temporary ID tattoos that you may not have heard of before. You can search for temporary ID tattoos and find them. If you can't, or you can't get them quick enough, then you can make your own temporary ID tattoo with a Sharpie and just put some of the liquid bandage over the top of it so it doesn't rub off. in case you're going to a parade, you're going to a beach, you're going to anywhere that your child can easily slip away from you with you just turning your head for just a quick second. You want to write that child's identifying information on them or put it on with a temporary tattoo. So you want to put it name, phone number, address, parent's name, whatever information that you want to have on there as identifying information about your child. And again, if you find the tattoos, they're temporary, no different than getting a temporary tattoo out of a machine and letting the child put it on. It's the same thing. It just identifies your child just in case of separation from you. And if you're not 100% sure that your child, when scared and in a scary, stressful situation, can remember all of their identifying information, this tattoo could save their life. So take the time just to put that on, and again, you can make it with a Sharpie and liquid bandage if you need to do that as well. The other thing is firework safety. First of all, in North Carolina, we can purchase fireworks at this time of year. I know we can't at all times of year, but we can purchase them. We want to make sure that what we're purchasing is age appropriate. And even though it's age appropriate, you do not want to allow your child to go out and do the fireworks by themselves unsupervised. If it doesn't light, a child's first reaction is going to be to put their face down over it and see if it actually lit. Is it going to light? And then the next thing you know, it can explode in their face. It can explode in their hands and really traumatize the child. It can cause burns. It can cause scarring. Anything like that can happen. So please don't let your child light their own fireworks, and make sure that everything is age appropriate. As well, if you're going to go out with them and let them start learning how to safely light fireworks so that as they get older, they remain to be safe with fireworks. Just to let you know, you really want to be careful with it. As a child, I was hurt with fireworks. I was on the bed of a flatbed truck. I was raised in Crossett, Arkansas, which is a very small town. Flatbed trucks were used for the hay that we did and those sorts of things. We had fireworks on the bed of the truck. My dad actually was holding what we called at the time a Roman candle, and the sparks, he was standing too close to the other fireworks. One of the sparks came back and ignited some of the other fireworks. And as a little kid, I was wearing gaucho boots. So if you know what gaucho boots are, that shows that you're at least as old as I am. And the fireworks, some of them got inside of the boots that I was wearing and burned my legs. So anything can happen to anybody. So please, again, take the fireworks very seriously and take the safety of them and your child very seriously as well. And please remember, sparklers are fireworks. A lot of times we want to say, oh, it's just a sparkler. But if they hold it in the wrong place, they hold it too long, they throw it because they get scared, anything can happen as well with these sparklers. So we just want to keep in mind, especially the younger the child is, that sparklers are actually fireworks. The other thing is watch our drinks. A lot of times the adults were having backyard barbecues. There's lots of adults and lots of kids, and a lot of times the adults will have alcoholic drinks. Perfectly fine. Just be sure to watch your drinks. The younger a child is, the less likely they are to actually realize a half full glass of something could be an alcoholic beverage, and they could tip it up and drink it. The older kids, who knows, may try to sneak a sip or two just to say, hey, I did it. You know, that's kids. So we have to watch. We have to teach them everything as parents that we want them to know, but we also have to watch to verify that, yes, the kids actually are following the rules that we have set for them. So just try to be careful with where you're setting them and watch the fact, keep up with your drink so that especially the smaller kids, they don't pick it up and accidentally take a drink of something that they shouldn't be taking a drink of, because especially if it's the larger the alcohol content in the drink, in the liquor or wine or whatever it is that you're having, the more the alcohol content, the less amount it would take to actually make the child sick. So we don't want them to be sick. We want to have fun during the 4th of July, and having to go to the emergency room or something like that is not fun. The other thing that you may want to consider as well when you're keeping up with your drinks, be sure to keep a watch on the food. A lot of our foods that we eat at the 4th of July have a lot of mayonnaise and things of that nature in them. It's really, really hot outside, and if we leave it outside too long, more than, depending on the temperature outside, more than maybe 45 minutes to an hour, it can easily already be bad. So you want to make sure that after a period of time of the food being outside, depending on what food it is and the temperature, you may want to take it into and put it in the refrigerator for a little while if people want to eat on it throughout the day, or maybe even have the food in 2 or 3 different containers, so you can just switch them out so that people can munch on the things all day, eat on it all day, but it's still safe because you're rotating them in the refrigerator so that the foods are staying cool long enough so that they do not get bad. Another thing is, if you have a pool and you're going to have a lot of people over, especially if the adults are going to be drinking and having a good time themselves as well as the kids, you may want to consider trying to find somebody to be a lifeguard for you. So maybe there's a parent or two that don't mind taking turns watching the pool to make sure that the kids are safe while they're in the pool. If you can't, if all the parents say, hey, I don't want to be the one responsible for other people's kids, I don't want to watch the pool, I don't swim well myself, I don't feel comfortable doing that, you may even be able to call the local Y or a local pool that has lifeguards, that you may be able to get in contact with them and hire a lifeguard for a few hours just to make sure that everyone is really safe. Again, it only takes a quick second and a few inches of water for a child to drown. So we don't want that to happen on the 4th of July either. Again, we want it to be fun, and having a parent do it, or even the cost of a lifeguard for a few hours, could save your child's life. The last tip for 4th of July, the grill. The grills are hot. Especially if you use charcoal, it stays hot for a longer period of time. Just keep an eye on it. Make sure that the kids are not playing in the area of the grill. They could fall, they could run into it, they could just not be paying attention. If they're really young and you tell them it's hot, they want to touch it to see if it's hot. So we don't want that to happen on our 4th of July either. So just kind of watch that grill. Again, with the possibility of a temporary ID tattoo, some of you may have never heard of that before. I know that I had not until I was doing the research for this particular article and episode for today. Again, it's probably nothing you've never heard as a parent. Sometimes we just need reminders of things that we need to do in order to keep our kids safe and to have a great holiday. So I hope all of you have a great 4th of July. I hope we learn tons here in Las Vegas to be able to bring back to you. Thank you for tuning in with us today. If there is anything in particular that you would like to see or you would like to ask questions about, please don't hesitate to give us a call or text at 336-270-6825. You can also comment below with any questions, suggestions, tips, anything that you have for us. And if you have any particular 4th of July safety tips for yourself, again, please comment below with them. It may help another parent. It may save the life of another child as well. Have a great rest of your week.